Hey everyone, this is your average Jen, and today I have the screen up before I'm fumbling around with it. So today is unscripted random thoughts, and I really don't remember what my unscripted random thoughts were, so let's find out together.
Hi there, and welcome to I'm Only Human, a podcast that attempts to explain how to coexist with other humans. This podcast is going to dive into topics like: is it possible to overcome human nature? Are rules and laws necessary for taming bad behaviors? Or are they simply a control mechanism crafted by other disturbed minds? Why do we fight with each other? How does traditional religion impact us? Can social disease be healed through individual recovery? My name is Jen, and I'm an average human. Before I begin, I would like to state that I will be talking about controversial things such as, but not limited to, religion, God, the Bible, 12-step programs, and politics. I am not an expert, and I don't claim to be one. I will, however, be referencing 12-step programs. I will also be quoting things from the Bible and mentioning God along with different religions. I am not trying to promote a particular program, nor am I trying to convert anyone. I believe religion gives us a foundation, and 12-step recovery guides people down a path to self-actualization. Through recovery, healing is possible. I believe that changed minds and attitudes can change our world. Greetings, everyone. I haven't done any updates, podcasts in a while. I've gotten kind of lazy about it. It's been weird because it seems like I have all of these ideas and all of these things I want to do, but when I want to do them, I'm far away from all of my stuff. Like when I come up with all these ideas, I'm usually at work and I'm like, yeah, I want to have all these conversations and this would be great. It'd be great to talk to that person. It'd be great to touch on this topic because all these thoughts are going through my mind. And then the minute I get home and I have time to do these things or record an episode, my mind goes blank. So I just feel like I'm coming to the realization that I need to have other people in my life. As much as it seems like it'd be nice to be isolated and be in my own world and not have to worry about everything, I think collectively we need each other because that's how we hold one another up. I don't know how to describe it. So I may not like going to work most days, but I get a lot of inspiration when I'm there. My coworkers are a bunch of interesting people. Although they may not think they are, I think that they are. Anyone is interesting, really. I find myself very uninteresting and am amazed that anyone ever wants to talk to me at all. I'm not very good at storytelling. I never have been. I'm more of a direct to the point kind of person rather than I can be creative when I'm typing or writing things out because I have time to think about what I want to say and how I want to say it. And then I go and revise it again and revise it again. And I drive myself crazy doing that. And I've learned from listening to a lot of other people that their podcasts aren't perfect, their YouTube channels aren't perfect. They're just people being people. And maybe I've just been putting too much stress on myself over all of this. And maybe I've just been too worried about what other people in my life think of what I'm doing. But my whole reasoning for doing the podcast is to spread awareness to other people that you're not alone. And I think that if we all got over I wouldn't even say get over but if we all paused and took a look at our own self before judging other people. My brother started this thing called Accountability Nation, and I think that if everyone were accountable for the things that they do and they recognize that their destructive behaviors are contributing to everything in society, and maybe if they wanted to correct those behaviors so they're not miserable and discontented people whose only goal is to make other people miserable and discontented, maybe the world could be a better place. I mean, isn't that what we're all striving for, is for the world to be a better place where people can just get along, where neighbors get along? You know, that picture that they paint of how things used to be back in the quote unquote good old days. But if you think back about the good old days, were they really good old days? The days where children should be seen and not heard. And yes, you're going to learn respect, but you're going to learn respect out of fear. Because if you don't respect your elders, you're going to get the crap beat out of you. And that's how respect was taught back then. And now in today's society, things are starting to shift, and we're looking more at the feelings and the feelings of others. And then the older generation is like, well, that's not how I was raised. That's not how you do it. You can't treat your people and ask their opinion on things because their opinion doesn't matter because they're just children. Well, that's the problem. That's how we were all raised, and look at how well adjusted all of us are. I mean, look at how well adjusted the world is. And that was from our upbringing. So if you don't think there's a problem, think again. I'm just trying to touch one life at a time. If I can influence other people to take a look inside themselves and want to change things for the better, that change can spread to another person and another person. And down the line it goes, and that's the whole point of recovery, is to help other people. And I'm trying to help people who may or may not have any kind of addiction at all, but they are sick people because they were brought up in dysfunction and they don't realize it. And they don't realize that the dysfunction they grew up in is contributing to their behaviors today as an adult. And none of them think that there's anything wrong with them. It's always the other person. It's always the other person's fault. I've come to realize that the things that drive me crazy about other people are the things that I don't like about myself, which are being reflected in these people. I mean, it sucks when you're looking at your own defects square in the eye while watching another person. And kids are a great example of that. I mean, we teach them how to act and behave the way they act and behave, and then we get mad at them when they act and behave that way. It's a never-ending cycle. Somewhere along the way, things have got to change. We've got to say that enough is enough. The social hierarchy, I guess I could call it the social hierarchy. It's not there for we the people. It never was. It was always meant for them, the rulers, to extract anything they wanted from we the people and make us think that we have freedom, but we really don't have freedom because we're a slave to our employer. We're a slave to money. We're a slave to comforts. As we started making it easier to survive in the world, we've gotten lazier. And because of that, we've gotten more greedy. And because of the laziness and greediness, everyone just wants to take from others rather than earn for themselves. What's going to happen when money no longer matters? Will we be able to survive? What happens when people decide that they don't want to work anymore? They're tired of working for someone else. What's going to happen then? Will we be able to take care of ourselves? Will we be able to grow our own food or hunt or fish or provide for ourselves? Will we be able to build a shelter for ourselves and stay warm? Without technology, will any of us be able to do this? Or are they designing it so we're so reliant on technology that technology takes over and we're still slaves? We've always been slaves. And the whole racist thing is just another agenda. If you think about it, we're all in the same boat. We all live on the same planet. We all have the same difficulties. And we're all taught to play the victim card. And it's sickening, and I'm tired of it. And I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to feel like a victim. And I think I've been like very hard on myself lately because I've slipped back into that mindset like, oh, because I did these things, now these other things are happening, and it's my fault that these other things are happening because of what I did 7 or 8 years ago. I can't change what happened. I can only do what I can do every day. And I've been trying to reach out to other people now. Like, I feel like I'm becoming annoying reaching out to other people, reaching out to people on X and things like that. And that's just my opinion of myself, which I am still working on. I'm always going to be a work in progress. I learned from some other podcasts and listening to other people talking that there really is no end goal except to get through each day. And we don't have to be happy every day. I mean, not every day is going to be a party. But if we can get through a day without breaking down, without being angry about something, I think that's a win. I want to be able to reach people to spark a change for a revolution where we say enough's enough. We're tired of this. We're tired of this system that was put in place because it's not meant to benefit us in any way, shape, or form. I mean, if we need medical care, you can forget about it. That's why people are addicted to drugs and alcohol because it's way easier to get that than it is to get medical care. And once you get medical care, then how are you going to pay for it? There's no way to do all this. It's all by design. It'd be nice if more people could wake up and see what's going on. We need to put our foot down and say, we've had it. We're done. Like, what would happen if everyone called in sick to work on the same day? Or maybe even 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row? The whole world would stop. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something to prove a point? Although it probably wouldn't matter to all those rich ass folks who have plenty of money because they can survive anything. It's the people like me, the people like you, the people listening to this. Actually, I don't know who listens to this podcast. I have no idea. But I'm up to 43 of you, so that's pretty cool. I think my rant is done. I don't think it really went anywhere. I just felt like talking and getting something out there. So have a great day. And maybe next time I say something, it might be a little more tailored. I don't know. I'm still a work in progress and I'm scattered. So if you made it to the end of this, thank you. Thank you for being a listener. In closing, I would like to say that the opinions expressed here were strictly of my own making or by my guests. Take what you like and leave the rest. You may come to realize that you may not like me or what I want to share. Let's talk to each other, reason things out, but let there be no gossip or criticism of one another. Instead, let the fellowship of ethical human behavior and the serenity from positive human interaction help you grow and chill out, one experience at a time. I would like to thank my higher power for guiding me through this podcast. I hope to spread the message of love, hope, and understanding by touching one life at a time. If you like this podcast, please like, comment, and share it. Comments may help other struggling people find it. If you would like to share feedback, you can email me at averagehumanbeing1875@gmail.com. If you would like me to read your email on the air, please let me know. There is also a link you can click if you would like to send a voice message and add to the content of the show.
Okay, yep, I paused it in time. I had some pretty good random thoughts there. Glad I knocked another episode out, and I really don't like my beginnings and openings, so it'll be a few more episodes before I redo that. I don't know what I was thinking recording that when I had a cold, and I probably mentioned this on an earlier episode, so I'm sorry if I'm mentioning it again. It's a long time between when I record something and put it out, so sometimes I say things over and over. It's just the way it goes. All right, until next time, take care, everyone. Have a great night.